We hear you're having trouble with your RC3 best. Get your jotters out and let us do the rest. Weld yourself in and let's get your fixing with Monday Night Predictions. Monday Night Predictions.
Everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Predictions on this lovely Monday night in the studio here in Bristol. We've relocated from Torquay to be here in Bristol because tomorrow we're live at GWRFC's Toll Stadium, which is just down the road here from Bristol, in Swindon.
Yeah.
And we're live here on RC.3 FM for Monday Night Predictions.
Yes, perfect.
I'm here, Matty, and I'm with
Chris Kamara.
Chris Kamara, that's the one. And so we get cracking straight away, please.
Let's get into it. So with this show, we've got quite a lot. We've got some jam-packed fixtures. We've got the weekend's fixtures. We've got some midweek fixtures from both the Armitage and the Travis Perkins. So, starting us off, we've got the midweek Baker's Dozen +3 versus the locals. Now, Baker's Dozen, having picked up a win in their last match, face the locals, who are yet to pick up any sort of result besides their draw last week.
Yeah.
I think the Baker's Dozen are in form. They've won the last two on the trot. I think it'll be quite a comfortable victory. I've pipped them at a 21-3 victory to the Baker's Dozen +3.
Yeah, that's a very interesting
What about you,
result.
Matt?
I went quite a similar result. Not some people to the untrained eye think I just copied you, but I went for a Baker's Dozen +3, 21-0 over the locals.
Well, we filled out our ballots at home and then we came into the studio, so we weren't actually. There was no overlap.
No overlap.
No colluding, was there?
No, I've just been heavily impressed with the Baker's Dozen. I just don't see. Maybe they'll get a bonus point at locals, but
They seem to manage it somehow, but yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so the next game we'll be discussing will be KEVICC vs 007 Universe. It's on paper it's going to be a thrashing, but what have we gone for, Chris? Kamara.
Oh, KEVICC. There's always some encouraging play, isn't there?
Yeah, Jack Skin is usually the shining light, I think.
Yeah, what an angel he is. A real gift that was brought in the recent transfer window by the introduction of Marty Walker into Director of Rugby, and I think they'll lose. No, I don't. I think it'll be close. I think KEVICC, they'd like to show signs early in the first 30 odd minutes, and they might get a score. And I think 007 are still kind of shaking off the rust. And I know they're top of the table, but there's still a few sloppy knock-ons and holding-ons from the likes of Pierce Brosnan. I think it'll be 14-7 to the Universe.
Wow.
What about you?
I didn't give KEVICC a chance. I went for KEVICC 7, 007 Universe 35. It's going to be an absolute thrashing, especially the likes of Stamp on the form he's in.
Oh, that's a good point.
He's going to come close to him. No one's going to come close to him. No one can put a tackle on. Never mind Jackal.
Derek Davies and Nick Crossley are not afraid of anyone in the league.
Yeah, but by the time they notice Stamp's got the ball, he'd be on his way, wouldn't he?
And you've got the likes of Rudy Schlegel. I'm not saying Steffi will win, but I think it could be closer than you think.
Well, we'll let the game decide that for us.
Do you think 007 are going to run out their best team against bottom feeders, KEVICC?
Yeah, well,
Stanford's been playing 3 games on the trot. He must be knackered.
Yeah, but look at their second string, mate. Just as good as the first, if not better. Baron Samedi, Max Oren,
Desmond Kilo.
Yeah, odd job, isn't it, these days?
He's starting last week. Anyway, moving on. The next match on, I think, a Thursday night is the Dartmoor Derelicts versus RFC Checkatrade, who are one of the teams to beat in this division.
Yeah, they're the ones to beat, favourites of promotion, without a doubt.
I think there'll be too much for Dartmoor. I know Dartmoor, they're a pretty uninspiring team. They've managed to trickle in a few results, but they just don't score, and their play is horrific, honestly. Cutty Dye will be back next week, which they'll be happy about. I believe Simon Lee will be missing it, the captain, after picking for suspension. So I think RFC Checkatrade, with the likes of Chris Hackett and Sean Rigg in fine form, are going to win 24-14. What about you, Matt?
I've actually gone for a Derelicts Checkatrade draw.
Curious?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I think Dartmoor's a fortress. They've undefeated at Dartmoor.
In Fog and Torment Quarry.
Yeah, down at the quarry, undefeated. Horrible place to play rugby for the away team.
True that.
I haven't been there what they're about, Dartmoor. They just pass the animals, let them do what they do, you know? It's not all ponies a handle free team.
That's true. Yeah, I guess that's why I could see them scoring. But you think they have the quality to hold off Checkatrade?
Not hold off to get a draw, you know? I don't think they could beat them, but I think they'll take a draw against them. Checkatrade is just... It's too good of a start. This is the first real test for them, I think.
Yeah, we'll see what Redknapp's made of.
Absolutely. And finally, the final game of the first initial set of the sets will be Council Binendell versus GWRFC. Which, on paper, it's just...
What's funny about
the match itself.
that? Yeah, what are you laughing at?
It's just, I'm laughing at GWRFC's form recently. They got my hopes up with the initial win and just been crushing me the past 2 weeks, but...
They're still sitting pretty in... just below mid-table, actually. They're sat in 5th. That's half their board objective this year, you know. Mark Hotwood only had to pick up 2 victories in the entire season, and he's already got one. I thought he's gone for a holiday.
Now he's got his further knighthood to be a lord, isn't he, coming up?
He wants to be a lord, yeah. I know, Lord of Lime Regis, I think he's applying for.
Who have you gone for this match?
I have picked the Council St Binendell.
Really?
To beat GWRFC. Really? Yeah, of course I have. But I don't think they have the quality to smash anyone. Council. They've been really disappointing actually. And like.
Well, like Shadowfax.
Yeah, I think they'll win, but
Shadowfax.
You can't just say a team's in form because of one player scoring. They're rotting in the division at the moment. I think
they've been lucky though with the victories. I think.
If you want to win the league, Matt, you need to beat every team in it. You can't just be unlucky. They've lost what? They haven't won a game yet, have they? They've lost 2. They lost 2 on the trot and then drew 1.
That was a good draw, though.
It was a good draw, but you need to be winning these games, and they don't have the quality to beat the good teams. But GWR they can. 17-10 Council.
Yeah, I've gone for a Council win. 28-3 to the Council Binendell.
You see a GRC penalty in there, do you? Drop goal maybe.
Yeah, there's always a penalty though today.
Always threat. Yeah, always in the first 5 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, there'll be, so I can imagine the kick-off, it'll be Emma Ridmark there and getting sin bin or something.
Getting high.
And yeah, I've gone for Council Binendell, and it's just, that's my prediction for that.
Alright, perfect. Well, we'll be right back with some more predictions after this glorious tune, Greensleeves.
Love it. Well, I always have my reservations about Greensleeves, but they never. That song is an absolute,
belter.
That's
Fucking
the word I'm looking
belter.
for. It's a cracking song.
Sorry, language.
Yeah, this is one of my predictions. It's pre 9 o'clock, I'm afraid. Cut that language out, please.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, moving on to the second set we're discussing today. It's some more Armitage trash games. I mean Armitage 8, sorry.
Why is it double Armitage, for God's sake?
Double A, isn't it? Double A equals positive, isn't it? It was a negative. Anyway, the second match, second lot of matches. Is it weekend, I believe?
This is the weekend, yeah.
This is the next weekend. We start off with W7 Universe versus the locals. Who you gone for and why, Chris?
This is a hilarious mismatch. Mismatch. The local for oh my god, I'm losing it. Sorry, folks. The locals. This is a horrible mismatch for the locals. They're going to struggle. I put in a 35-6 victory for 007. I think they'll niggle some penalties in there somewhere. Or drop goals. But I can't see them breaking down 007. And on the contrary, I think because them being absolutely ripped to pieces. 5 tries.
Yeah, I've done something very similar actually, but I was having a debate with myself, tossing and turning in my bed the other night. If it was down to Nars Virgin and Desmond Q-Learning, who would you trust to find an offload? I think the locals are better offloaders in their team than the Universe. Don't you agree?
No.
Man for man, the best offload power in the league?
That is a ridiculous thing to say. They've played 3 games in their existence. You think they're better offloaders than 007 Universe? They've built a friggin' empire on it.
Yeah, I take your point. But I just remember Nars Virgin offload the other day. On the floor he was.
One offload and you're singing his
The
praise.
best offload I've seen in 2 seasons covering this game.
I would have picked
It's like a game, I mean,
well,
real life OB.
We saw FGG and Renee Disguise beat his offloads just last week.
Yeah, but he set up Neil Robson for his first try for his club,
What score did you put, Matt?
I put 35-6.
That's what I put. That's not what you put.
I put 45-0.
And just to clarify at home, we do our ballots separately. There's no overlap. There's no colluding.
This is I was just so aggravated with this mismatch. I just
misread.
I misread. I was a mirror. It's a mirror behind Chris Kamara, so it just reflects his ballot.
Right, moving on. RFC Checkatrade versus Baker's Dozen +3. What have you got?
Well, for this Lineker Cup, of course, it's Lineker's return to the Checkatrade Arena, Lorna Winner Stadium. Potential new player for them. I hope he is. I hope was their partnership in action. But I've gone for a Baker's Dozen free win. I think Lineker is better than any player that Checkatrade have got. Man for man, he's better than Teddy Sheringham.
Jesus.
And I've got them beating them 10-7. It's going to be close, of course. Checkatrade are the form team. But I think overall the squad of Bakers are much better than the Checkatrade team. The Checkatrade front 5 is absolute trash.
That you've got me there. But
Who have you gone for, Kamara?
I've popped down a Checkatrade 28-7 victory. Oh, don't give me that. Don't give me that because
Because
they're going to be going wide, as you know, Checkatrade like to do. They've got some fantastic kickers in their team. They'll be kicking it deep, going wide. Sean Ray, Chris Hackett finish tries day in, day out, bread and butter. They love it. They're in the form of their lives.
True.
Right? Becky's, who have they got out wide?
well, they got Wu Pao Chun
No chance.
and Gino DeCampo.
Shocking tackler.
True, but who's covering for them? You've got Scotty Parage, mate, and you've got...
Scotty Farage is not a fullback.
Yeah, they all cover some tackles.
For God's sake.
Who's pulling out for them, then? Chicken Cottage, isn't it? Oh,
No.
look at Babacar, covers them all day long.
I'm not sure, and I think Checkatrade are going to smash them, actually.
Rightio. Moving on from that fixture, we move swiftly down to New Zealand for the Cats of Binendell versus KEVICC. Who have you gone for, Chris? Kamara.
The obvious choice, Council of Binendell victory. They're in New Zealand, KEVICC, for fuck's sake. Sorry, folks. I'm so used to being off grid. KEVICC, especially when discussing KEVICC, it's not appropriate, is it?
No.
Before the watershed. Anyway, sorry. KEVICC.
Never mind Ofsted, well, Ofcom for fuck's sake. Oh.
KEVICC, watershed, well, Ofsted. That's what we should be talking about, isn't it? Ofsted Inspector, specifically. Why has he still got a job? Shocking scout.
He's scouted Jack Skinner, and I think they're a good start of the season.
He scouted Josh Washbrook, mate.
Well, I'd argue he's not getting the game time he deserves. Anyway, that's distracting the subject. Who have you gone
After
for?
Bolton Chapman's interception last week, gotta keep him in. Anyway, KEVICC, they're all having to get on a plane as unaccompanied minors down to over to New Zealand. They're not prepared for that kind of mental battle, are they?
No.
Go from a jet lag. Davies can barely get to his classroom in the morning, never mind get to New Zealand in time for a match.
What was that school trip KEVICC used to go on all the time to the Swiss Alps? What was it called? Torgon. They
Yeah,
can't scramble all the
Torgon.
Torgon money together. Never mind
Torgon, yeah.
New Zealand first class flight.
Cobble together Torgon money, yeah, exactly. But I think it's going to be closer than we think, because Council are just shocking at the moment. They should win, and they will, 14-13, because I think Rudy O'Schlager will make it closer than it needs to be. What are you, man?
Well, I went for a KEVICC win. Controversial, but like you said, considering I was even rotting at the start of this season, and it's just... I think this will be Danfoot's game. He needs... He'll get space on that side with Shadowfax. With Shadowfax. I don't think Shadowfax is
Oh
a good
yeah,
tackler.
Danforth has no chance against Shadowfax.
Right, Liffy. But yeah, you got... The thing is about the Seminole team, there's no good tacklers on that team. They all try hard, they want to look good on the camera. There's obviously no cameras down here. You know what I mean?
They either go higher or they go home, don't they?
So KEVICC, the God Gone, the Holy Trinity, the perfect Pentagon with that front five. Lions character Mr. Harris will again as well, I reckon. So I went for
Only time will tell.
Seminole
man, 'cause I
6.
think this is all
KEVICC 17.
pugwash.
And the final fixture for this week is GWRFC versus the Dartmoor Derelicts. Obviously a West Country derby in theory.
Close game this will be.
Not as good as the Southampton District Council derby. But of course, Dorset versus Devon, quite a big derby. Who are you
Yeah.
going for and why?
I think Derelicts aren't great on the road, but I think they'll have enough to overcome GWR. I think it'll be not a comfortable victory, but I think it'll be a attritional victory. 13-7 Dartmoor Derelicts.
Who's your key man for the train stations and the trains?
My key man is Fat Control, who's returning next week, because he is the communication between the stations and the trains. What about you?
Well, I've gone for the opposite of that. I've gone for a GWRFC 14-10 winner of the Derelicts.
Wow. You think Mark Hopwood will get his lordship after that?
Dartmoor Derelicts drew it home to KEVICC the other week. What makes you think they can beat GWRFC, who smashed the locals? Who
What the locals got?
who held Dartmoor Derelicts to a draw last week?
The locals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
14-14.
Yeah. That's
GWRFC smashed them 35-7.
Yeah, I don't think the sport plays out like that. But we'll see.
Well, we'll bring you the next set after this beautiful song by Howard Shaw of the Shire in New Zealand. It's a nice combination between
Is he born there?
KEVICC School
Is he born there?
and the Lord of the Rings scenery music. So we'll see you then.
good flute, don't you?
It's a cracking song. Reminds me of my days growing up in County Galway, Ireland, with my crops.
Okay. I'm bringing you next the Travis Perkins Championship fixtures from the weekend.
Here's what we're looking forward to.
This is what you've been waiting for at home.
It's the meat and gravy of the predictions.
And if you're on the way to work, I would pull over right now and listen close, because this next match, the first match, is going to be an absolute banger.
Absolutely, can't disagree with that. That's going to be an amazing game. Two of my favourite teams in the league, actually.
One loss, one win each. Week 1 was shaky, week 2 found their feet, didn't they? Shingjea versus Ancient Megapowers at the Fortress Manawatu.
Yeah. This is the Aston Villa vs Everton of the rugby world. These two teams play each other every week, I swear. I wish we should pay someone to look it up. Maybe a stat master. You know, what's the most common...
If you guys at home, if you folks at home, the gamblers among you, who have a history of data handling and documenting, and you have a passion for rugby, get in touch. Do get in touch. We have a full-time position open. We got a website to run. We got various outlets, and So anyway, that'd be great.
Right. So for me, as Matty calls prediction, I went for Shingjea 21, Age Megapowers 24, and you may think, you know, why Megapowers? You know, if it's that close, why not Megapowers? Why not a draw or Shingjea win? Well, for Megapowers, I just think their team is just built to play against Shingjea.
Really? What did you say that?
The key line I look at. This is the line I look at. Scrum down. The Soki equatorial narrow line off the open cycle anchor position. The line to that straight diagonal line. Obviously, I'm on radio, and obviously they can't see me pointing.
Okay.
But use the imagination, folks. A 90-metre diagonal right line.
Like we saw Stanford doing last week.
Like Stanford did last week, of course. No one can attack that line. There's no... Look at the Shingjea position that crossed that line.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Who am I seeing covering that position? Animated bone horror.
Yeah.
That's a good point you raised. But what about when the crowd really get behind the afflicted, and those forwards start bringing in the phases, and FijiVG starts doing his no-look passes. FijiVG Bill Williams, he's nicknamed around here.
I take your point, but I raise you this point. Is it a Friday night?
It might not be Friday night, Matt. It might not be Friday night, but it's still a fortress, isn't it not?
It is. But Tyler's such a good man. They're two good managers, and it's going to be a good game. No one is going to lose out of this.
Honestly, for the gamblers at home, put your jotters away, because this is too tough to call. He's called it 21-24 Shingjea Megapowers. I'm calling it 24-21. And again, we're not colluding. That we filled in our ballots at home and came into the studio, and there's no way that we knew what we were going to put. We didn't talk about it or anything. We just happened to have similar numbers involved there. So yeah, just hopefully that put your mind at rest and you can stop tossing and turning at night.
But obviously for the next match, get your jotters back out, please, because it's been absolutely whitewashed.
Yeah, don't put the jotters too far away or anywhere too secure that you can't easily access and get back out to the next match, which is
Mauldor versus Scrum Wars, and I can't see any other result than a Scrum Wars win. Mauldor had a shocking start to the season.
Didn't expect it, did we? But they have just capitulated from the off.
I question the
You just can't
the
get
authority of the RC3 board. Put them in a second tier as a second tier club.
And we're seeing the likes of 007 just rampaging for the Armitage. They deserve to be up.
But you know, every team, no team's got a right to exist in any league. Maybe this is the turning point. But obviously, I myself have put Scrum Wars 15 win over Mauldor, 7 points to Mauldor.
What?
Sorry, 7-15 Scrum Wars
Against?
Mauldor.
Yeah. And
Yourself?
yeah, similar story. I think it's going to be a bigger margin. 28-7 to Scrum Wars.
Rightio. Hands in the Ruck versus the Ne'er-do-wells. A few years ago, no one cared about this fixture, did they?
Still do.
Some argue there, some may argue there now. But Pompey must have been a humiliating defeat to lose against Dido last week.
After all he said to the Evening Rock correspondent David Pipe about it, I just think that we saw signs of life.
Did you read the article by David Pipe?
Yes.
Yeah, your overall thoughts on what Pompey's comments were?
What I thought about them?
Yeah.
I like it. I like it in the sport. I like it when managers kind of they're confident and they talk smack about other managers. I like the drama. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It makes it
yeah.
exciting. As long as no one goes home and tells their parents, it's all right. But the Hands, they had early life against Megapowers, but it wasn't enough. They collapsed. Lubu injured. He's missing for next game.
They collapsed because of Lubu, and yeah, that's a good point you make.
And I think Ne'er-do-wells, I think they can do it. I think they can do it, honestly. And I think
Away from home, though?
yeah, I do. I think on the road, I think the Ne'er-do-wells squad is looking strong. We saw some good, encouraging play at the end of the last match, and I think it will be a 7-3 victory to Ne'er-do-wells.
I couldn't disagree more. I think Pompey's fury after that defeat against Megapowers will, whip those boys into shame. They're not going to let them down twice in a row. Not Pompey. Maybe Donald's Row, maybe that was the case. Maybe they lose again. It's
Lost the dressing room, didn't he?
alright, lads. Chin up. Here's your half-time orange. Sunny delight. We'll see you next week. No worries. No pressure. Pompey, there's none of that crap with Pompey. It's going to be hands up. Ridiculous retaliation from last week. It's going to be physical, going to be high intensity, ferocious game. Hands up 21, Ne'er-do-wells 3.
I agree with it being physical, and I love your fire and passion, but I think you have too much faith. And moving on to the final fixture, Activate versus Verminators. What do you reckon here? Verminators top of the league.
Yeah, comfortably.
Activate, unlucky, I'd say so far.
Unlucky. There's a surprise package of the league, actually, Activate, I'd argue.
They're currently sat in 5th place, with a win and a loss.
Yeah.
But they really deserve more out of that last game.
They play beautiful rugby. Absolutely beautiful. It's a game of beauty versus efficiency, I think, this game. You've got Verminators who are just so clinical.
You can't underrate the Verminators ever, can you?
Just one mistake and they score Verminators. That's how clinical they are.
Mm-hmm.
One chance they'll score it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely a game of beauty versus the beast, I think.
Love that.
That's what we love that. But I don't think it's on live radio commentary, is it? not scheduled in, but maybe it should be. But anyway, I've gone for a Verminators win away at that debate. So I think the efficiency beats the beauty, and I went for Activate 7, Verminators 13.
Close, didn't you? Well, I think you rearrange the numbers and you get my one. And again, we're not colluding. The numbers just happen to be similar. But I think it's Activate 7, Verminators 31. And that isn't a typo. 31.
31.
I think it'll be 4 tries and Antoni sickening drop goal, probably.
31. That's good. Good for predictions, but I wouldn't go with them odds for Shippier William Shippier Hill. Won't give you them sort of odds.
No. Well, that's us for this week.
Been a pleasure. Once again.
And we'll play you out with a theme for our biggest match of the week: Shingjea versus Ancient Megapowers. It is the Monastery Overture.
Lovely little piece of theme.
Good night, ladies, gentlemen, and children.
See you later.